Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Gaming, Trucking, Racing. I'm racing, where I do the best I can with what I've got. Trademark, which is not a lot of talent, but not a great intro. Not a lot of great intros. When we last left the story, I was trying to decide, walking through the career mode, I technically did finish the requirements for this, but I didn't win the race, and I could have easily won the race, except I messed up in the first it's a 2-race event, and I messed up pretty badly in the first race of the event. And so I know I can win it easily, or well, maybe not easily, but I know I can win it. And so I really want to make gold here. And I think I am going to go do that. Let me look on... Did I get all gold? Yeah, see, I got all gold in the other class, which makes me kind of want to get all gold here. Rookie, I don't think I got all gold and everything. I might have gotten gold and everything that mattered. I did not get gold in all the challenges because that included a drift one. Oh, see? Here. Okay. So I did mess one up back here. So I do have another blemish that I just passed up. Yeah, okay. Well, I will have a blemish on this one then, as well. My goal was not to win every race, every event. My goal was to meet get a check mark for every event, right? So, I'm just gonna let it go. I will let it go. I'll move on. My race goal, whatever they call it. I don't know what they call it. You get money for it, maybe. There on the right. Finish the event in the top 3. Now, sometimes you have to meet those race objectives. That's what they're called. Sometimes you have to meet that objective to unlock the next race. Sometimes you don't even have to meet the objective to unlock the next race. My goal is to at least meet the objective. So, yeah. I met the objective. I'll just move on. Swallow my pride. No, I could have gotten gold here. Didn't. But, que sera, sera, as they say. But in this one, I also have to only finish in the top 3, which is nice. And then this is the fully upgraded class. But I do have the ability to get... See, I could qualify for the fully upgraded now. Wait, what? Okay, so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 5 in here. Okay. So I was supposed to do 2 without upgrades? And then 3 with level 2 upgrade? Or, I don't know. I'm not supposed to actually... I don't need level 2 upgrades, which are the final upgrades. Actually, there are level 3 upgrades. But they're only things like flashbacks and stuff. They don't help you, so... Let me go ahead and get the upgrades, because I can't afford them. This is the 3rd race in the class. So, unupgraded, level 1 upgrades, level 2 upgrades. I mean, I could just do these and not do the stage 2 part B's. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll do just these, stage 2, and then I'll save for the final, the last 2 upgrades. There is a stage 3 upgrade, but it's only racecraft and these, I have to do these first, and that's spending money for flashbacks, and I neither need Ragecraft because that's experience points. I'm already on level 97. So, yeah. So, that's what I'll do. Did I select the right one? Oh, I didn't give it a cleaning. Now I only need to finish third, I see. Again. But, I'm gonna go for first here. But if I don't make it again, I'll just let it go. I need to exercise my ability to let things go. I'm not a let it go guy by nature. Part of that is my training. You know, my professional training, science and computer science. It's better often to not let things go, but product developer, so a lot of times in product development, you do have to learn to let things go. It's a valuable skill to learn. If you're a developer, you always want to put everything in. Sometimes you can't put everything in for practical reasons. So now you shouldn't let go of bugs, I don't think, but game development is like that. You have to let go of releasing with bugs in it too. So it's good to have an attitude. You need a balance. It's good to have an attitude of not letting some things go, but letting other things go. So you can't put a bunch of features in because you've got to release the code at some point. But so you have to let go of features, and you have to let go of more features than you think you might have the time to let go, because you need to devote that time to fixing the bugs, the features you already have. So try not to compromise in that level. At least that's in the business software realm that I developed in. Business commercial software, the commercial software I worked in. Okay, enough of me. Oh, there's a time attack. Okay. I should be able to finish third in a time attack. This is all my fault if I don't finish this. Although I say it's all my fault, but they can still. They don't yield to you. They're on their racing line. They're not gonna yield to you if you get caught behind traffic. And it's not like you can wait in the pits until things calm down out there and then go out when there's a break. You have to go out there when they tell you to go out there, and there might be a bunch of traffic in front of you, and the vehicles are such different speeds. You know, you're going to be passing a lot of people up, so it's a little bit harder than it would be like in F1, where you would, you know, your practice laps and your qualifying, you can stay in the garage until there's looks like there's going to be a reasonable space for you to get out there and put in at least your 3 laps, your out lap, your hot lap, and that. Now I don't know what the courtesies are. If you know the guy, not in this game, I don't know. There's no courtesies, but in real life, are there courtesies, or even in the Sims, are there courtesies if you're on an out lap or an in lap? Do you go ahead and yield to, especially if you're on an in lap? Do you go off the racing line in an in lap because you've already set your hot lap time? Or if you do, more than one hot lap, In other words, if you're on a lap that is not going to count, oh, I figured, oh, I'll pick in front of them. I don't know. I felt like he was going to move backwards, more likely to move forwards. Which, I mean, it was closer to go in front of him than swerve around him. And I probably did as well. Going in front of him and just taking a little side swipe, then try to swerve around behind him. That would have lost me even more time, I think. The damage was minor. And there is damage. I do have damage turned on. And so does this guy, apparently. And I did get the first on the first lap. Let's see after the second lap. Everyone's time should improve, even though it was a rolling start. You know, in a real race, the rubber is going to be laid down. Over time, your time should be increasing, but I'm sure that's not in the sim. Okay, still in first, and I cut a whole second off of my lap time. Whoa! Okay, this is not going to be my best lap. my time after my lap 2 time should be enough to stay in first. I don't think I need to improve that time. It was a pretty solid lap. Other than that one little crumple. Speaking of crumples, well, it wasn't really a crumple. Somebody scraped across my front bumper in my real life car. I took a look at it. At first, I wasn't sure if they scraped my paint off, and there's some places where my paint was scraped off. But I looked at it closely with a flashlight. It was twilight though, so I didn't get to see it in full sunlight, but I took out my phone light and rubbed my fingers across it. And it seems like there's the place that I was afraid where they scratched the paint through was was actually their paint coming off on my bumper. So. And as I looked in the parking lot, my apartment parking lot, and I think I know who might have done it. Big old wide van with I can't remember what it's called, but the tires stick out farther than the van, and so there's, you know, slight angled cover to where the tires come out. So if you're looking back, if you're judging your width by the side of your van, it's actually, you have to actually give it a couple more inches on each side because it sticks out a little bit at the wheels, which is not an uncommon thing. I'm not saying that's a weird van, but it's a big van, and so it's across that where there's a little a scrape, and their paint is definitely scraped off, so I think maybe it was them. I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't look like it was in the bumper, which I don't think it's going to rust. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it did as much damage to my car as them. Yeah, it looks as if I had scraped across them, to be honest, because it's on the front towards the corner, but I would have recognized had I done that. I think I was backed in to the parking space for quite some time, so I think they pulled in, you know, and pulled in forward and scraped the side of my car. That corner, front corner. Anyway. That vehicle also has a minor scrape on the other side of the van. So it's not the first time that they've clipped something. All right, first place. Big dark maroon van, which matches the smudge. I'm guessing it's him. All right, first place. Only one event, or one race in that event. Only one, do they call it round? Only one round in that event. I guess it's not technically a race if you're doing a time attack. And again, they don't take you back where you were, they take you to rookie. I was playing semi-pro. And they don't take you back to GT. They just put you at the beginning. Which is annoyance to me. Okay, now, this is a Class 2 final, and then this is fully upgraded. So, I am going to then do upgrades 2B on this vehicle. This has 3 rounds. See if we can get all 3 of these rounds in. While I have the time I have left. First of all, let's clean it up a little bit. And now the upgrades, I will do stage 2B. And then for the fully upgraded quote-unquote version, I would do stage 3, except there's nothing that actually benefits me for stage 3. Just racecraft, and I would have to waste money on flashbacks, which I absolutely refuse to use under any circumstances. Finish at the back of the pack. Lower the AI difficulty. Yeah. I do like the range of AI difficulties in this game. Even though there's only 5 levels, the lowest level is, the difference between the levels is considerable. So the lowest level is, they're considerably slower than you. I'm pretty much an average driver, maybe slightly below, so that even very, very casual drivers can play at an AI difficulty that will not completely swamp them. I don't know about the highest difficulty level, but I know it's too difficult for me. The next highest difficulty level I could be competitive with, even though their cars are faster than mine, except they're too aggressive, and so when they push me into a wall, I have no way of catching up on them because their cars are faster. And if I did catch up, they'd push me into a different wall. So yeah, I tried it, but... Ooh, my teammate is in first position. We have to do something about that. And there are 3 rounds. I don't think any of them are eliminations, so I will not try to play strategically. I learned my lesson from last time. If I can win it, I'll just win it and take my chances if they start me in the... If I win this first race, it's likely they'll start me at the back of the pack for the second 2 rounds. But that's okay. If I win the first race, I'll be the lead in the event, which means they'll start me in the back in the second round. And then pretty much whatever I do in the second round, unless I finish way back in the pack, they will start me. If not, in the I'll be probably still leading the event. So if I finish first and then third, even first and then fifth, I have a decent chance of still leading the event and then putting me in the back. And since they can't put me behind the back of the pack. The back of the pack is the lowest place they can put me. if I in the second race, there's no advantage to coming in fifth over coming in first. Strategic advantage. Since I'm going to be in the back of the pack anyway. And if I'm going to be in the back of the pack anyway, then obviously get the most points I can get. So I will be trying to win every race. None of these are elimination races, so that was not good. I'm glad that happened here in the first lap when I did not start in the back of the pack, or I started in the middle of the pack. I've now lost the position that I started, that I gained, but it's still only the first lap. So, oh, and that was very poorly done. That was all me. These are rear-wheel drive cars, and that is, the game is a sim-cade game with a lot of cade and not too much sim, but that is part of the sim aspect. You know, they do have rear-wheel drive cars that drive like rear-wheel drive cars. I can do minor adjustments, but I can't do any kind of aerodynamic adjustments. So the open wheel races, actually I did much poorer in than I would have liked. I had to turn the difficulty down on a bunch of them. Because the vehicle was pretty hard to handle. I could turn up the stable. I suppose I could turn up the stabilization. But, you know, then that would affect my speed. I do have some stability management on and some anti-braking on. A moderate amount, like the middle switch. I would like to get out of 11th place before half of the race at least. These guys are proving kind of difficult. I mean, I dropped back. That was all my fault that I dropped back. Losing control. But it took me quite a while to catch back up to... I dropped back into 11th place where I started, but now it's taking me a while to get back into the place where I was when I messed up. I don't know if I've passed anybody since the start of lap 2. Which is NG. Not good. Oh! Was that wise? Oh, I got a strongly worded letter from the stewards. My lap time is in the red, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't get a penalty, I don't think. I did that to the wrong side. I had no idea exactly that. I have no idea where the, whoa, my fault again. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Well, I might as well mention that I'm playing on the hard difficulty level, which is actually the medium difficulty level. I am willing to turn that difficulty level down to progress through the career. I'm not going to do the same event more than 3 times in a row. If I feel like I should have still won it, or made the criteria, in this case I don't know if I need to win it or only finish 3rd, then I will keep the difficulty up. If I think that I still might not win it on the 2nd try, then I'll turn the difficulty down 1 level for the 2nd attempt, and then either way for the 3rd attempt I'll turn it down to the lowest AI just to make sure. I don't want to run the same race in a YouTube series. I don't want to run the same event more than 3 times. So I am willing to adjust the And I looked at other things to adjust rather than just to AI difficulty, and like I could put on flashbacks, but I don't have a controller button dedicated to flashbacks, and I'd have to redo my controller all over. But I tried it, and it was like, no, I remapped a controller. Like, no, the flashbacks are just too annoying to me. So I'll just lower the AI difficulty if I have to avoid having to do the same event more than 3 times. Like I said, I'll give it 2 solid attempts. Oh, that was not my fault. Oh. Wow. 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 I'm gonna finish dead last. And I've blown a tire. If I finish last, can I still finish first? No. No, I can't. It was not my fault. I was willing to go when it was my fault. But it was not my fault. So. Throwing me into the wall, so I'm in last place in the last lap. Yeah, sorry. I absolutely hate doing this. And I was thinking, well, do I move on? But no, I'm in the last lap. It would either be restarting that race or redoing the entire event. There's no way I'm going to win the event if I start to do the first race in last place. So I might as well restart. I lose the miles I would have had, but I already have enough miles for the full upgrades, which I already have the full upgrades. Now, I got a nemesis for what? What did I get a nemesis for? I didn't hit anybody. Somebody must have barely hit me from behind, enough that I didn't even feel it, and I got a nemesis. Oh, that turn, I gotta watch out for that turn. I'm not handling it well. If I don't make this is challenging enough that if I don't make this, I might turn it down 1 notch for the second attempt. Because that would be more fun than missing out twice and then doing 3 events, or doing it 3 times rather than just doing it twice. But it depends on how close I get. I know I'm not driving great. If I think I just have to improve my driving to win, then I'll not turn the difficulty down. I am preparing for... I'm not expecting to have to do it again, but I'm preparing for the worst. What's the line? Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. I mean, I don't think you should expect the best. That seems like kind of a controversy. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. Well, if you're really expecting the best, you have nothing to prepare for. I mean, you can say, I expect not to have to prepare for the worst, but I am going to prepare for the worst just in case. I'm not expecting the best. I think it's most likely. I think the best is most likely. I will push for the best, but I'm willing to admit that things outside of my control might happen, or a variety of things that are in my control might happen. That means I should prepare for the worst. Contingency. A lot of these motivational aphorisms I think are really stupid. I worked in the kind of environment where you would not see motivational posters. They were younger, smaller companies in general, like 50 employees or less. What you would see is if anything, Oh, come on. Wow, that really hurt me. That is really going to hurt. I could not see him over the other traffic. So I went to avoid the other traffic, and it turns out, well, the reason that they were slowed down is because this guy was sideways, and I picked the wrong side. It's only lap 2, though, so it did hold me back from the leaders. I didn't lose any places because everybody else hit him too. I think the guy behind me also got piled up, so he now I've got a faster driver behind me because I have a nemesis. If I have an opportunity, I will check. Try to get an idea of how split the leaders are. Looks like they're not too far out. Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's definitely a couple of people a distance away, but not an insurmountable distance away. And this is still attempt number 1 because I restarted the last race. Just don't hit me on going around you, thank you. Whoa, that was a mighty early braking out of you. You know, when you're actually in a race, don't test the brakes before you get into the corner. You know, test your brakes during free practice. Don't test your brakes while you're actually in a race, if you don't mind. Well, I don't have to win this race to finish first in the event. I have a decent chance of doing it, but first place is quite a bit out there. Somebody hit me there? I feel like somebody hit me. I didn't see an arrow though. Oh, that was all me. That was all me. My bad. And you notice I am driving with the racing line. That's... I would rather not. In a lot of games I don't drive with the racing line. Another strongly worded letter. But in this game I feel like I need to. The braking lines are kind of unreliable. And I just don't know the course well enough to be able to know 2 turns in advance what's coming up, so any of the courses I don't know well enough. And if you are chatting, by the way, this is in all of my streams. I have my chat down at my side. I can't see it while I'm streaming, so I have to take a break to look at the chat. It's not right in front of me. I have to make a conscious effort to look at it. But in a racing game especially, I'm sitting forward in my chair to get a better view of my monitor. And I did clean my glasses today, though. That's good. So I can't see it at all. Like even looking, glancing away, I can't see it. Plus, in a racing game, I don't usually. I'm not gonna comment on my comments while I'm in the middle of a race. So, yeah, replying to comments. My replies to comments are late, regardless, because it's a 20-second delay. I see the comment. I got a penalty for the first time ever. I actually got a penalty. 2-second penalty put me in fourth. Well, okay. They did give me lots of warnings. And they took away money. I've never seen this screen before. Okay, well, I can still win the event in first, but now I know I actually have to, yeah, I've never seen a penalty time here. Okay, I guess they will time penalize you if you do it enough. I've got completely way out of what would normally be. Now, in like road courses, there are no boundaries. It's free-for-all. But in closed circuit courses, you know, they do have boundaries. But I've cut a lot. And you see a lot of those were barely cuts. I'm not even sure I got more than 2 wheels off. Okay. Well, I got a little challenge on my hands. I will not be starting in last place. That'll help. I'll be starting in 9th place. No, that's my co-driver. Right? 9th? That's not right. Okay, 19th place. All right. In the last race, I started in 11th and couldn't win. And with penalties, came in 4th. If it wasn't for that one wreck in front of me, I would have probably won. But now this is in the rain. This makes it even harder. In part because of that. People stay out of their path. Stay out of their path. I didn't look to see if I could turn the engineer's voice up any higher. And now I'm kind of glad. It's too high. I can't hear when he tells me something useful. But I can tell me when he says stay out of their path when I'm actually not. If the guy behind me hit me because I hit the guy in front of me because he lost control, I don't think I should be getting a nemesis out of that. But apparently, I am. Did my teammate crash? Well, it's another closed circuit, so I guess I cannot tempt fate too much with the stewards. Interesting that I got penalized for final warnings. So that kind of implies that you do get at least one warning, but I don't know if... You know, the way they say final warnings makes it sound like, well, you get 2 warnings. They give you a warning, and then they give you a final warning, at least. So, you don't get penalized for being egregiously off track. You just get a warning, which I've known before. But you get at least 2 warnings, maybe 3 warnings. You know, you might have to do it, you can do it at least twice, you might have to do it 3 times or more, as they say warnings, plural. Now, they didn't say, you know, I went off the road maybe 5 times, and so they didn't tell me I was going to be penalized when I was in the lap. But so far, so good. I might even be able to win the event. I don't even know if I have to win the event. But I might even be able to win the event with a fourth and a second. But with a fourth and a first, I'm almost certain to. You broke it too much. Hey, I got style points for the contact. And him I didn't get a nemesis from. All that contact I didn't get a nemesis from, when I definitely played aggressively against him. But if somebody hits me, I don't think I got a nemesis. I think I did. I can't really see because it's showing my rivals in front of, behind me on the big map. That might be overlaying the red mark. I don't think there is a red mark. Oh, I do have a nemesis. He seems to be the guy I'm fighting with, so maybe I did get a nemesis from that guy. Or that might be the old nemesis I got way back when, and he's keeping up because of his motor boost. There's special combustion engines that run on rage. I've used that joke too many times before, but you know, not everybody watches more than one video. In fact, most people don't watch more than one. My new viewers to returning viewers ratio is above 1. Ratio would be above 1. All right, and the event. First place, 11 points ahead of second. See, the guy who won the first race got 0 points for the second race. So, yeah. Which is not how it would be in real life. Or at least in other racing games. Oh, there's one more. Oh, crap. I thought it was only 2 races. All right. Now I will start in last place. Which means now I will, now I will be prepared to restart the race over again. If, I feel I need to. You end up doing a lot of things you would rather not do when you're producing content. If I were playing this game on my own, I would not feel like, oh, I gotta get this event done in 3 tries. No more than 3 tries. But since I'm streaming this and putting it on YouTube, I feel some obligation to not. I was so slow in that gravel. They didn't give me a warning that time. That's good. To not spend the entire, 3-hour stream doing nothing but the run event over and over again. Where I would spend more than 3 hours. I'm playing the game on my own. I'd spend 3 hours attempting the same level over and over. In the past, during my marathons, and if you're watching on Twitch, my marathon is 2nd of November, my next marathon, or yeah, 2nd of November, Saturday starting at noon U.S. Central Time, Central Daylight Savings Time. Whoa! I saw the guy in front of me move over just a smidge, which was enough to tell me I should move over a bit smidge more, and I did. Oh, I got a warning. The rain is difficult. But yeah, I was saying I was playing Perfect Dark. Usually on my marathons I play a variety of different games in 2-hour segments. I was playing Perfect Dark, which if you don't know what that is, I don't blame you. It's an N64 game, which was the game made after GoldenEye 007 by the people that made GoldenEye 007. So it was they refer to it often. I've heard it referred to as the spiritual successor of GoldenEye 007. Many years later, there was another movie that was released on the Nintendo 64, another James Bond movie, but World Is Not Enough, but it was not made by the same people, and so it was not well received. Perfect Dark was very well received, but by a smaller audience, because they didn't have the branding. And I have GoldenEye, and I would love to play GoldenEye on stream, except the music is, I'm not sure if that's going to get dinged, because it's the original game music, and I don't know what licensing is like. Either Nintendo, which has a bad reputation, or Paramount, which also has a bad reputation, might do a copyright claim on the video game music. So if I ever do it on stream, I would, and normally I turn the music off when I do it on stream, but because they'll lock your entire VOD if you get a, they used to just silence that part, but now they'll lock your entire VOD. So I can't even edit it for making highlights to get the YouTube videos unless I swear a statement under penalty of perjury that I actually do have rights to the music. And so I can turn the music off in the game in GoldenEye, but only while I'm playing a level. I can't turn it off between levels. So the menu music is a remake of a James Bond song that was in the movie, and I can't turn that off. So I don't want to face a copyright hit. So I did not play 007, but I played Perfect Dark instead. And now to get back to the point, yeah, he was going to aggressively try to take me. Here's my to get back to the point, I played Perfect Dark, and I got to the point in Perfect Dark where there was one level I couldn't figure out how to go, and then when I finally did figure out how to go, I just couldn't do it in fast enough time, and I was playing on the lowest difficulty level, which, again, annoys me a little bit. For most things, most of the things, you're not on a timer, so, you can take all the time you want. Play on the lowest difficulty level, fine. But, yeah, I couldn't get through it, so I think I might have access to turn cheats on in that game. I don't think the GoldenEye port allows you to turn cheats on, but I might have access to turn cheats on to get through that level. But anyway, I couldn't get through that level, so the second stream I made one attempt, but I still couldn't get through that level. I was going to spend the entire 3 hours or 2 hours failing at that one level, so instead I just went and did some of the exercises you can do against bots. But I'm not going to play Perfect Dark again on stream unless I find a way to cheat. I'm not going to earn any of the cheats. Like I don't even know if that works in Perfect Dark. It did in GoldenEye. You could get cheats turned on if you beat certain times, but I don't think it gave you credit for actually finishing the level. It might have, so you could progress. So if you earned a particular cheat that would help you, like I earned Donkey Kong mode, which it makes it easier to get headshots. So maybe I could, if I used Donkey Kong mode and I couldn't get through a level, but I got through the level using Donkey Kong mode, would that give me credit to allow me to do the next level then? I don't know that. I know it doesn't save your time if you use any of their cheats. There might also be a Konami code. I heard rumors of there being a Konami code. People would play it with a Game Shark to get through the levels. And the Game Shark, if you use the Game Shark to hack your code, Game Shark was a thing on the Nintendo 64 where you could actually look up what bits to flip to do different things. If you use those cheat codes, the game itself wouldn't know that you were using cheat codes, and it would let you give you access to, you could get a high score of 3 seconds on a level that would be impossible to get in 3 seconds if you use the Konami code or use the Game Shark code. But there might be a Konami code as well, which is, you manipulate the joystick in certain directions and press certain buttons. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, I'm in first. I made it. Yay. Won the event, as I figured I would. Yay. I met the objective. That's why the check mark is just there at the front, telling me I met the objective. Okay. Without any text next to it. It was a lone check mark. Or it's a check mark for a sponsored thing. They tell you what it was, but Oh, I got penalties! My final position was 2. But that's okay, because I still won the event overall. Wow. But yes, still 10 points in the lead on the overall, but I did get a penalty. This is the only event where I actually got a penalty, but then I did go off the course at least a couple of times, probably several times. I wasn't used to paying attention, but I got 1 second penalty, which was enough to put me into second. Oh well. That is going to do it for me today. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around for a couple minutes. I will be looking to see if there's someone to raid, and there usually is someone to raid on the weekends, so hopefully there will be for me. If you are watching on YouTube, actually, I will say, if you're watching on Twitch and you're into the games I'm playing and you play similar games, then go ahead and give me a whisper. Let me know, hey, I'm following you. Would you follow me back? Because we play the same games. I'm open to that, because then you'll be on my list of people to raid. Because the only raid people I know, or only raid people I follow that are smaller channels. I don't follow people that have like 7,000 people currently in chat, because I don't know them personally. Anyway, so yes, Twitch, stay around for a minute. YouTube, that's going to be it for this episode. The next episode on Twitch will be next Saturday, starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Tomorrow will be Snow Runner, starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. For those of you on YouTube, the next Grid YouTube video will be out the next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Which, by the time you're reading this, I think everyone in the world will be off of summertime. So that will be 6 p.m. U.S. time, would then be U.S. Standard Time. It would be U.S. Central Standard Time. Will be 12 o'clock in the UK, or midnight in the UK, 6 a.m. the next day in Bangladesh, and midnight in, noon the next day in New Zealand. Yeah, that's all the times. Anyway, all 4 corners of the earth, if you're watching on YouTube, I do really appreciate your watching. I hope you have a great afternoon, great evening, great morning, great whenever until I see you again. And wherever you end up going, on the road or in life, be sure to enjoy the drive. All right, Twitch, stick around. YouTube, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.